So I think right now we're really in a weird phase of tech. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't worried at all. And I do feel bad for the newer tech guys because it's going to be even harder for people to get in just to get an entry-level job. Cisco just laid off nearly 4,000 employees, but then just a few days later, they've reported record revenue numbers. Not barely surviving numbers, not we're struggling numbers, but record revenue.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
So what does this mean for beginners trying to get into tech? Senior engineers already in the field, and honestly the future of tech jobs overall. Is it worth getting into tech? And if so, how do you actually get ahead now? And what do I think as a network engineer? I'm covering all that and more to help you stay informed. Let's get into it. So if you work in tech and you read that headline, it probably made you pause for a second, because this isn't just about Cisco. This feels like a beginning to a much bigger shift in tech, a shift where companies are making more money while needing fewer people to operate. And honestly, myself and a lot of engineers are wondering the exact same thing right now. Are we slowly automating ourselves out of a job? Now, before people start screaming AI conspiracy theorist, relax. I don't think network engineers are disappearing tomorrow. I'm not saying AI is going to replace every engineer next year, but I do think the days of coasting in tech are probably over, because companies are changing what they consider valuable, and the engineers who don't adapt, I think they're going to have a rough next 5 to 10 years. So let's see what Cisco actually said. So here's what really happened. Cisco just announced layoffs impacting around 4,000 employees, which is about 5% of their workforce. And this comes not long after another 4,000 employee layoff back in 2024. So this clearly isn't a one-time correction thing. But then, at basically the same time, Cisco also announced roughly $15.8 billion in quarterly revenue, strong growth in networking demands across multiple sectors, exploding AI infrastructure demand, and massive increase in AI-related orders. So naturally, people looked at this and said, wait, if business is good, why are people getting cut? And Cisco CEO basically answered that directly by saying they're reallocating resources towards AI, automation, security, silicon, optics, and AI infrastructure. And this is the part I think people should really pay attention to. Cisco isn't saying networking is dead. They're saying the type of engineer we need is changing. That's a very different message, because old school networking used to be CLI configs, maintaining hardware, repetitive operational work. But modern infrastructure, it's becoming automation, APIs, AI-assisted operations, cloud integration, software-defined everything. And honestly, a lot of companies are realizing they can automate chunks of work that used to require entire teams, which makes the tech field even more competitive, because now it's not enough just to know networking anymore. Companies want you to know networking, security, systems, automation, coding, cloud, AI workflows. Basically, they want an engineer who can do a little bit of everything. And if you don't adapt,
hey, you got to pack your stuff and go. This ain't working out no more.
it's not just the entry-level people at risk. Mid-level and senior engineers can get left behind too, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Now here's the crazy part most headlines aren't even talking about. Cisco's revenue over the last decade actually increased significantly. Back around 2015, Cisco was doing roughly 49 million annually, and today they're actually projected around 63 billion. They're not a dying company, they're a company transforming itself. And honestly, Cisco had to evolve, because if they just stayed the router and switch company forever, eventually they'd become irrelevant. I mean, just look at what happened to companies that ignored cloud, virtualization, streaming, smartphones. Do you remember Redbox? A lot of people don't. Technology doesn't care how dominant you used to be. You either evolve or you become a case study. And Cisco clearly sees AI as the next gold rush. And this is where things start getting interesting, because Cisco isn't alone here. Microsoft is also going towards AI. Google is doing the same thing. Meta, Amazon, Salesforce. IBM literally admitted AI reduced certain internal roles already. And even the DoD, which is usually way behind, is actually already integrating AI. Specifically, they've already got Grok and they've got ChatGPT and a few others coming along. So what's happening? Tech companies realize something huge. AI isn't just a product, it's a force multiplier. Meaning one engineer equipped with automation and AI tools could potentially do the work that used to require multiple people. And this is where the internet starts getting conspiratorial, because someone watching this might think, so wait, companies are using engineers to build systems that eventually reduce the need for engineers? And honestly, there's probably some truth mixed into that. Not in some evil mastermind way, more in a public companies will chase efficiency kind of way. That's capitalism, unfortunately. If automation reduces operational costs, companies are going to pursue it, especially public traded companies trying to maximize their shareholder value. That's the uncomfortable reality people don't like talking about. At the end of the day, These companies exist to make money for themselves and their shareholders. And as a business owner, why would you pay for two people when one guy with AI can do the same thing? And I know that sucks because it feels like people can see where the train is headed, but nobody wants to hit the brakes. But I do think that there is a way to get ahead before things get really ugly, and we'll get into that shortly as well. But here's the important part. We've actually seen this pattern many times before. Industrial automation replaced factory jobs, ATMs reduced certain banking roles, cloud computing reduced traditional on-prem data center jobs. But those same technological shifts also created cloud engineers, cybersecurity analysts, DevOps, SRE roles, automation engineers, software as a service companies. The jobs changed, the tools changed, the valuable skills changed, and usually the people who adapted early ended up doing very well. And while the people who refused to slowly got pushed out. And that's probably the bigger lesson here. If we want to stay valuable in the industry, we need to adapt and become innovative. Long gone are the days of just clocking in and out every day. We need to actually use our brains and improve the system and services around us, not just at work, but everywhere. The people who get ahead usually find inefficiencies other people ignore. And yeah, learning new technology absolutely matters, but there are other ways you can also get ahead that don't have you stuck in the endless loop of studying for certifications with no end in sight. For example, maybe you can find a process in your county school system you know could be improved with an open source service. Or maybe you can develop something where you find the use for a small local LLM to improve a security system in a small business. And those are just two examples. And honestly, those are actually things I'm experimenting with right now, messing with some of my Raspberry Pi and the services I can deploy on it. But you get the idea. Don't just become a professional cert collector. Build things, experiment, solve real problems, and think a little bit more entrepreneurially, if I said that right. For example, I started a business where I'm trying to improve things like my HOA security system using AI on a Raspberry Pi. Have I made any money on it yet?
Nope.
Is my LLC currently burning a hole in my pocket?
Yep.
Absolutely. But hopefully eventually I'll find that spark that gives me more freedom and makes me less dependent on my employer, who's also constantly looking for ways to reduce costs. I know it sucks because a lot of us grew up thinking if I get that degree, if I get that cert, if I work hard, my job will be secure. But tech changes fast, and those days of feeling completely comfortable are probably gone. You either stay ahead or you get left behind. So let's answer the question everybody keeps asking. Is it still worth getting into tech? And honestly, yes. I still think tech is one of the best industries to get into at the moment, especially networking and cybersecurity. Tech is baked into every industry at the moment and can be used to develop and improve every one of them. But the easy version of getting into tech is disappearing. The I got my cert 12 years ago and stopped learning approach, that's dangerous now and honestly won't work because AI loves repetitive work. Basic ticket triaging, simple troubleshooting, documentation, repetitive configuration changes, lower level operational tasks, AI is going to hit all those areas hard. But higher level engineering, that's different because businesses still need people who can design systems, understand outages, troubleshoot weird edge cases, communicate during incidents, understand risks, and make judgment calls. When an entire environment starts melting down at 2 p.m., someone still has to understand the bigger picture. And ironically, AI growth may actually increase demand for advanced networking because AI infrastructure requires insane data center throughput, low latency, networking, fiber infrastructure, segmentation, GPU cluster networking, high-speed fabrics. Networking isn't disappearing. Honestly, it's leveling up and getting more complex, which will require those experienced engineers. And now on to just my overall thoughts and analysis on this. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't worried at all. I'm doing all kinds of things to try and get ahead right now. I'm learning all kinds of different services. Obviously, I do these things for YouTube, but the primary reason I'm doing them is just to try and increase my overall skill set. I learned Docker, all kinds of services, just about every portion of a network that you can touch, whether it be security, systems, networking, automation. I am trying to learn it just so that I can be a little bit more valuable, not only to my company, but just to myself overall, and potentially use that knowledge to help further my own LLC that I'm trying to get started. I'm trying to find ways to get maybe a little contract with my LLC with small businesses or maybe even an HOA so that I have potential avenues to fall back on in the event AI lets me go. And it's funny because I'm actually also messing with AI to try and incorporate it into other things that I could potentially sell as a service. But those are just some ways I'm trying to get ahead. It definitely feels like if you don't continue to adapt and learn, which has always kind of been the case in tech, then you're gonna fall behind. All those crusty old guys who've been just trying to milk it, they're probably gonna be screwed. And even the newer guys who think they can just focus in on one thing, they're gonna have some troubles as well. And I do feel bad for the newer tech guys because it's gonna be even harder for people to get in just to get an entry-level job. A lot of companies are gonna want advanced levels of knowledge, which obviously you're not gonna be able to get if you don't already have an entry-level job. And we're already kind of seeing that now. A lot of the entry jobs are starting to fade away, but that doesn't mean you can't continue to study now, and I would recommend you continue to study. Get yourself a home lab, watch my videos, subscribe to me, so that you can just learn all kinds of things that could potentially make you more valuable. But overall, I think we just need to continue to learn and adapt, because tech is always evolving. That's always been the case, and this is just another phase in it. But that's just my 2 cents. So I think right now we're really in a weird phase of tech. We're not in a collapse, we're not in an extinction, we're in more of a transformation. And I think a lot of people are underestimating how fast the shift is happening, because companies aren't just competing with tech anymore. They're competing on efficiency, on automation, on how much output they can generate with fewer people. And I think we're going to see more layoffs across tech over the next several years, even while profits continue to rise, which sounds dystopian, but historically, technology always rewarded the people who adapt the fastest. So no, I don't think networking is dead. I don't think tech is dead, but I do think the era of comfortably coasting in tech is probably over. But anyways, let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you think AI is going to massively reduce engineering jobs? Or do you think this is just another technology evolution like we've seen before? And what are you doing to try and get ahead right now? And with that, thank you for watching. If you guys are interested in stuff like tech, definitely make sure you subscribe. And if you're really into this channel, go ahead and check out shop.techlogiclounge.com, where you can pick up stuff like this tank top, which is guaranteed to give you 10% more gains, or something like my official coffee cup, which is also guaranteed to make your coffee stronger. Trust me, bro. Anyways, I appreciate you guys' support, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.